Hey guys, some of you have been asking me to do these YouTube videos for a long time. And so now that I'm at home and stuck with COVID, um, and I'm feeling pretty good, I figured I would go ahead and tell you one of my favorite stories. So some of you know that I've been waxing for about 16 years. And 16 years ago, when you were in school, they didn't really teach you how to do Brazilian wax. I'm not even sure they have a whole lot of training for it today. But back then we didn't have much, and I absolutely loathed and hated doing waxing, which is why it's some kind of sick joke that this is basically all I do all day long. um, so I was probably about 20 years old, and it was my very first job, and I'm in my job interview, uh, and it's my dream job. Okay, I really wanted to work there. It was this trendy, beautiful place, and it was going really well. And the lady says, "Hey, this is going great. You can work here, but in order to work here, you have to be able to do Brazilian waxes. Do you know how to do that?" And I said, "Yes," because I really wanted to work there. And I thought, who the hell gets this done anyway? So I get hired, and 2 days later, the hostess comes back and she says, "Hey Dana, there's a lady here for Brazilian wax." And I completely like shut down. Immediately started sweating a lot. Went into complete panic mode, and I'm thinking of everything that could go wrong here. And so I thought, there's no way I can do this. I'm gonna mess up. I mean, people are paying over $100 for a Brazilian at this place, and I have no clue what I'm doing. So I had to go to my boss, and I go back to her office, and I said, "Hey, I'm really sorry, but I lied, and I don't know how to do a Brazilian, and this lady is here for one, and you've got to get somebody else to do it because I can't." And she said, "Well, you better learn really quick or you're fired." And I thought, oh my God, this is it. I have to do this. So I'm walking towards the room. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to rip this lady's vagina off. Then it dawns on me that I'm going to actually have to see somebody's vagina, which is just, as a 20-year-old, I wasn't that girl in college that experimented or did anything weird, so I've never seen a vagina before. Um, I walk into the room, pouring sweat. God knows what I looked like. I walk up to the lady. I pull the little strip back. I see her vagina, and then I just hit the floor. I have no idea what happened. I guess I fainted. Thank God this lady just happened to be a nurse, and she felt really sorry for me. She went and got dressed, got my boss. My boss comes in. I'm like crying, going like, "Oh my God, are you gonna fire me?" And my boss is like, "No, everything's fine. You're fine." And this nurse, she just says, "I think she's got a blood sugar issue." And my boss is like, yeah, blood sugar issue. That's the problem. So she didn't fire me, thank God. But I definitely had some training after that. Now, fast forward 1 week. I mean, it only took 1 week for me to do something else really stupid at this place. So I'm learning how to do it, and at this place we use hard wax. Okay, a lot of places use hard wax. That's really normal, but I prefer the wax with the strips, and it's just something I'm comfortable with. But anyway, so we have hard wax there, and I show up super early in the morning because I'm thinking I'm gonna practice on myself. Real smart. What could go wrong? No clue what I'm doing. So I put this giant strip of wax, like a giant glob of hard wax, on my crotch and let it harden. And I go to rip it off. And like when your brain just shuts down, like you just go into survival mode and you're like, nope, not okay, not okay. I mean, it's basically like telling yourself to put your hand on a hot stove, and you just completely, you can't do it. Your body's trying to save you from your dumbass self. So needless to say, this giant glob of hard wax is stuck to my crotch, and I can't rip it off. I mean, it's painful. It's scary. For some reason, I just can't pull it. It's awful. I think some of you have experienced this before. And just a week prior to this, I had fainted, and I was already being made fun of by everyone in that place. So there's no way in hell I'm going to go to someone and go, hey, so I put some wax on my crotch and now I can't get it off. Could you just help me with that real quick? No, not going to happen. So I went the entire day with hard wax stuck to my crotch, went home that night, took 2 shots of God knows what kind of liquor that I had at that time, and was able to rip that thing off. It was the worst experience ever. And I could kind of help with some of you who have gone through the same thing. So I don't suggest it. Now, I do my own waxing now, but this is 16 years later. I've had a lot of practice since then, and I'm more than happy to show you how to do it yourself. I don't care. I don't recommend it, though. So I hope you've enjoyed some of my ridiculous stories from starting out. I hope some of you can relate to them, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.